Super Bowl opening night is here, which means we get to talk to both the 49ers and our Kansas City Chiefs, as both the players were in Allegiant Stadium for opening night talking to the media, and we have clips directly from right here on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. And if you want this all throughout the week, well, guess what? We got people in Vegas right now sending us clips back, so we're going to have footage from Radio Row right here on the Chiefs Report. So hit that subscribe button, because we're not going to have just some tonight. We're going to have some tomorrow on a live show. We're going to be live on Wednesday with more quotes. We're going to be live on Thursday with more quotes. We're going to have everything you need, all the footage from Radio Row right here on the Chiefs Report. So hit that subscribe button. Let's talk first about Isaiah Pacheco, because he's the first topic that we're going to explore here on opening night, because, well, he's a popular guy, not just in the way that he can run the ball, but in a lot of facets, not just with his, let's say, interesting running style. But he was asked who he compares himself to. He said this.
You have a very physical running style, but you have the speed to get to the outside and breakaway speed as well. Right now and growing up, which running backs did you emulate your game after?
None of them. I'm different. Shout out to my OGs though. AP, Big Bro, always show love on the FaceTime calls when I connect. They reached out to him. It's love, bro, always.
Yeah, he is different. That's the perfect Pacheco answer. He is nobody else. You cannot compare Isaiah Pacheco to anybody, past, present, or future. Obviously, he set AP, Adrian Peterson. I think that may be the only one that is even close to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's different, not just in the way he runs, but he's also different in the fact that he was a 7th-round pick. 11 picks before Brock Purdy, might I add, and yet he's putting up these numbers in the postseason, and no one is talking about it, and they should be. Isaiah Pacheco is a star running back that is rising in this league, drafted in the 7th round, and no one is talking about it, and he deserves every credit. 3 touchdowns in 3 games, 1 in each of the games, obviously the 1 fumble, but hey, overall, he has played every single game. And here's the thing. We've seen the memes. We've seen the way he runs, but even in the locker room, the team himself, they all know how different Isaiah Pacheco is. They know that there is nobody else you can compare Pacheco to. Because the Chiefs, they've had some good running backs, but overall, there is no one you can compare this guy to besides, guess what? Pop. Well, Trey Smith, one of the guys in the trenches, talked about Isaiah Pacheco, and, well, he even described, there's really not a way to put Pacheco into a category. He's his own breed.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Yeah, that guy's rapid. But nah, yeah, Pop, man, he's different. Just the mentality, the passion, the anger that he runs with, being able to play with guys like that always got me motivated to do my job, make sure they can shine even better.
Listen, the offensive line and running back combo is a special relationship. But the way Trey Smith talks about Pacheco, well, we know he's the best running back the Chiefs have had in quite a bit, and he's proving it with his postseason play. Let's show some love to one of our favorite running backs, if not our favorite running back, Isaiah Pacheco, otherwise known as, he was called by Trey Smith, Pop. So let's type in the comment section, Pop, for Isaiah Pacheco, because, man, I'm hoping he's popping some 49ers next Sunday. I can't wait to watch it. The Chiefs do have their hands full. We've talked about the offensive game and how Isaiah Pacheco is going to be huge in this game in a lot of different ways. But the offense is just half the battle. Now, the 49ers offense, it's a struggle bus, too, to try and contain. Well, the Chiefs' defense has been one of the best defenses in the NFL, 2nd in points per game. Their pass defense has been exceptional. Their rushing defense has been a little bit subpar compared to the rest, but still top half of the NFL. One of the leaders of that, who's been injured for a little bit, has been Nick Bolton. Well, he was kind of talking about how exactly to stop all these weapons. And listen, just go by Coach Spags. And Spags we trust.
Kyle Shanahan's offense likes to run a lot of crossers. Brock Purdy likes to target the middle area of the field. What types of challenges do they present offensively for you defensively at linebacker?
Yeah, man, they support a lot of them, man. A lot of misdirection, a lot of eye candy, a lot of pushing out motion shifts. Things make you feel the heels a little bit, make you be more reactive than being down low and physical. So it's going to take all of it, man. It's not going to be just one individual stuff, man. Intermediate routes, put a lot of too high. So it's stopping these guys. So it's going to be a little bit of everybody, man.
Bolton, just like the rest of this defense, knows the challenge ahead. Talked about a couple important players, but let's look at some stats from Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, the top 2 wide receivers for the San Francisco 49ers. Receiving yards, off the charts for both guys. Over 1,000 for Ayuk, closing in on 915 games for Deebo Samuel. The total touchdowns, though, these two guys alone combined for 19 total touchdowns. Now, obviously, Christian McCaffrey had 20 plus, so, you got to worry about him too. But Deebo and Ayuk are going to be two guys because a lot of times we can put Snead on one. Now there's two. So McDuffie along with Snead, they're going to have a tough task at hand. But these two guys aren't the main parts of the offense, I would say. Because although I like Deebo, although Ayuk is great, I would say the two most important pieces aren't them. It's Christian McCaffrey and probably George Kittle. Why I say those? Because I trust in L'Jarius Sneed. I trust in Trent McDuffie to contain these two guys. But how are you going to contain Christian McCaffrey? The running defense has been suspect this year, and receiving backs have torn up the Chiefs. Well, guess what? McCaffrey can do both of those. George Kittle, a great tight end. You've already got your top two corners on great wide receivers. That's going to put a lot on Nick Bolton, who's a little bit of a smaller linebacker against George Kittle, bigger body. He's going to win the one-on-ones. This Chiefs defense is going to need to be on their A game, and I think they will be. But there is still a lot of weapons that they need to keep track of, and it's going to be a rough one. But again, like I said, we just heard from Bolton. They know the challenges ahead, so much so that they're actually been studying. They know the defense at hand, and they've been studying Kyle Shanahan's offense. McDuffie talked about that, and we'll give you that in just a second. But before we do, make sure you're getting your $100 off the big game if you're headed to Vegas by using code VEGAS100 at our partners Game Time. And I'm telling you what, you can also get $20 off your first purchase for any amount if you create an account and use code ChiefsChat. Now, I don't know what Game Time is? Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you the bright way right here. It's the fast and easy way to buy tickets for not just sports, but music, comedy, and theater events near you. And right now, like I said, you can get $100 off to the big game if you use that code VEGAS100. They also have killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee. Well, that's going to take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Now, obviously, the NFL season is pretty much over for the Chiefs. They have just the Super Bowl at hand. But that doesn't mean you can stop going to sporting events. Guess what today happened? Bobby Witt Jr., Kansas City, Royals shortstop there. He's going to be with the Royals for 11 years. Pretty nice deal and pretty contract-friendly, if you ask me. So go check out the Royals opening day. They're taking on the Twins. And guess what? They're at home. So go check them out. Beautiful park, and you can use code ChiefsChat to get $20 off your first purchase to head to opening day versus the Minnesota Twins. But also, you can use the code VEGAS100 for $100 off a big game ticket. So if you're heading out to Vegas, guess what? There's a lot of stuff you can do with an extra $100 in your pocket. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time right now. All Game Time users can get $100 off the big game ticket with code VEGAS100. Terms apply. Just download the Game Time app and use code VEGAS100 for $100 off the big game ticket. Or if you're not going to that game, use code ChiefsChat, that's CHIEFSCHAT, for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Now, we talked about the receivers. We talked about Kittle. We talked about McCaffrey. But there's still one more guy on that 49ers offense that is going to be a threat. And I know we want to talk about Purdy as this game manager, as this guy, but you have to respect what he and Kyle Shanahan have put together for this 49ers offense. Now, he can sling the ball deep with ease, and McDuffie knows it, given he's the cornerback that usually decides to go deep, and Mike Edwards being the main safety, considering if he'll play, there's going to be a lot of pressure on McDuffie to control Ayuk and make sure the downfield threats are limited. He was asked about Kyle Shanahan, and all he does with his offense, McDuffie, he's read him well.
Going up against Kyle Shanahan's offense, a lot of pre-snap motion. They have success running it, throwing it, and there's a lot of creativity on the back end for you to cover. As you game plan, as you watch film about San Francisco's offense, what types of challenges do they present, and what are you going to have to lock down on Sunday?
They got a lot of great skill players. They got a receiver, people who can play running back, who can play receiver. They got a running back who can play running back and play receiver. And I feel like they do a good job at moving them around and getting them in different places and still running their same offense. And as a defense, it's tough because matchup-wise, certain calls are a matchup against certain people. So I think Kyle Shanahan does a great job at utilizing the skill he has and giving his quarterback outlets to make plays.
Brock Purdy, game changer or game manager?
He's a game changer. I mean, he's starting on an NFL team, riding to the Super Bowl. You gotta give him his respect.
Whether Brock Purdy is a fraud or not, you can't deny the numbers that this 49ers offense has put up this year. 2nd in yards per game, 6th in passing yards per game, 3rd in rushing yards per game, and 3rd in points per game. Listen, Brock Purdy, game manager, not game manager, it doesn't matter. The Chiefs are doing the exact right thing. If you treat Brock Purdy like he is a top 2 quarterback in the National Football League and you play that way, then you're going to make him look like a bottom 15 quarterback in the NFL because this defense is that good. I asked the question, though. We know the struggles of the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. We also know how good the defense has been. Who's more important in this game? Is it the Chiefs' offense going up against a very suitable opponent in the 49ers defense? Or is it the defense of the Chiefs facing a really good 49ers offense controlled by Brock Purdy? Let me know in the comment section of this video. Type O for offense, type D for defense. What's going to be most important in Super Bowl 58? Let's kind of talk about the history of the Chiefs real quick because, well, there's kind of some interesting things that have been thrown in here. Obviously, the past 5 seasons, the Chiefs have been all but perfect. Lost in the conference championship to Tom Brady back in 2018 in the overtime game that was, well, Patrick Mahomes kind of coming out here. He won the Super Bowl the next year against the 49ers, now having that rematch this year, losing to Tom Brady again this time in the Super Bowl in 2020. 2021, they fall to Joe Burrow in the conference championship in a close, again, overtime game. Last year, winning the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Listen, Patrick Mahomes has played in the conference championship every year, and the only times he's lost, it's been in overtime. But that's different because Mahomes and Kelce and Reid, they all have experience in this facet. Heck, even Pacheco knows what he's doing because they were in the Super Bowl last year. There's one guy, though, that, well, this is all very new to. And it's not just because he is a first-year Chief. He's a first-year player in the NFL. Rashee Rice has been playing out of his mind and, to me, has been the best wide receiver on the Chiefs. And if Puka Nacua didn't have such a great year, he'd be talked about as one of, if not the best rookie wide receivers in this year's draft. Well, we got to talk to him a little bit and kind of ask, well, first year, first Super Bowl, what's the thoughts about the game ahead?
What's it mean to be on this stage as a young player, as a rookie, looking out, seeing all these fans here and to have this opportunity?
It's really cool, to be honest. I'm not letting the moment be too big. I know I still got a game to play on Sunday. And, this is just, we're just sitting down having a conversation right now.
Could you ask for a better response from the rookie? Man, we still got a game on Sunday. That's what I'm worried about. This is all fun. This is all good. I like this, but, yeah, I got a game to play. He's had that mindset throughout the entire postseason. 20 receptions, 223 yards, add a touchdown to that as well. Listen, he was kind of neutralized in the Ravens game, but I expect him to be a big part of Super Bowl 58. And honestly, he's going to be the wide receiver 1 for maybe years to come, depending on what happens in this offseason. But either way, he's going to be a formidable wide receiver on this Chiefs team and somebody that Patrick Mahomes can trust for the next 3 years, hopefully even more. The captains also came out today and really kind of just introduced themselves to each other, both the Chiefs and the 49ers captains. And I'll tell you why we're bringing this up in just a second. But before we get that, here's the captains for Super Bowl 58. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are your 2 offensive captains. Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed are your 2 defensive captains. Harrison Butker and Tommy Townsend are the 2 special teams captains. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, L'Jarius Sneed, we haven't had any clips from him because he wasn't there tonight. It was personal reasons, so not bad news, good news. I'm assuming what that means is he had a child or something of that. So from what we can go off here, personal news, it was good news. Nothing bad is happening, so that's good for him. And we will hopefully see him tomorrow at the Chiefs media meeting early in the morning at the Chiefs team hotel. But we'll have to kind of see what exactly happens. And here's the good news. L'Jarius is hopefully going to be on a positive note come Sunday. Now, I know L'Jarius Sneed has been a guy who has played well this season and has honestly stepped up all season, but we saw guys like Deion Bush in the AFC Championship game. We saw guys that have just kind of come out of nowhere. McCole Hardman has had a rough time in the playoffs, but MVS has really come out and said, I'm good. So who on the Chiefs is going to be the unsung hero? Who's going to step up in Super Bowl 58 for the Kansas City Chiefs? I want you to leave me a special name. I don't want to see any Mahomes or Kelce's or Rice's or Pacheco's. Who's somebody that maybe nobody would think that comes up with a big sack, a big interception, or maybe a big catch? Maybe MVS does another huge thing. Heck, maybe it's Kadarius Toney to do a nice little punt return. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have more content all week long with more interviews and everything you could want from Super Bowl 58 with Wright from Radio Row in Las Vegas. So hit that subscribe button because I'm telling you, you're in the right place if you're looking for Chiefs Super Bowl content. We've got more where it's coming from today, including a live show tomorrow with all the latest on the Chiefs. with some more clips talking about what's going on in Las Vegas. We appreciate you as always, Chiefs Kingdom, and I know that this is a time where we get to spend together. But for now, I appreciate you. And for now, Chiefs Kingdom, peace out.